The best V8 cars for now. Which is perfect for you? 1. Mercedes E-Class. The Mercedes-Benz E-Class has been a luxury leader for decades, and the current model is better than it's ever been. Like most in the luxury segment, the V8 engine is only offered in the high-performance model. In this case, the AMG E63S. Regardless of if you opt for the sedan or wagon body style, you're getting a twin turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 with 603 horsepower. Audi A6. Audi's A6 sedan is an excellent luxury car and a technology leader, but it also has a wild side. After years off the market, the high-performance RS6 model is back, available exclusively with a V8 engine and a station wagon body style. This super wagon packs a twin turbocharged 4.0-liter V8 with a mild hybrid system and is good for 591 horsepower. It's a huge price premium over the everyday A6 sedan, but you get an enormous performance advantage for your money. 3. Mercedes S-Class. The flagship of the Mercedes brand is also the industry leader in luxury. Everyone looks to the S-Class to see what features and technology will be available on other cars in the future. Mercedes has done it again with an all-new model that introduces new tech for the driver, for the passengers, and under the hood. Out of the gate, you'll be able to get the S580, which pairs a 4.0-liter twin turbocharged V8 with a mild hybrid system for a combined total of 496 horsepower. A 6-cylinder S500 is also available, and other V8 engines will follow, including a more powerful version in the inevitable AMG model. 4. Audi A7. The Audi A7 wasn't the first four-door coupe, but it quickly swept the class as the most desirable. More than a decade later, it remains a style and technology leader thanks in part to its close relationship to the A6 sedan. As with the A6, the only V8 offered on the A7 is reserved for the high-performance RS7 model. It's expensive, but it gets you a 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8 with a mild hybrid system good for a total of 591 horsepower. Audi A8. The A8 is Audi's sedan flagship aimed straight at the Mercedes S-Class and BMW 7 Series, though it's never matched those two in sales. Performance, on the other hand, it has in droves. Audi offers two V8 engine choices, the standard being a mild hybrid twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8 making 453 horsepower. Upgrade to the sporty S8 model, and the wick turns up to 563 horsepower. The S8 model is quick enough to embarrass a number of sports cars in a drag race. 6. BMW 5 Series. BMW's midsize luxury sedan has been battling with the Mercedes E-Class and Audi A6 for decades, but these days it has a competitive advantage to the V8 buyer. Like the others, it offers a variety of engines, but unlike the Mercedes and Audi, the V8 isn't limited to the high-performance model. The sporty M550i isn't a full-fledged M car, but it still brings the heat with a 523 HP twin-turbo V8. And the actual M5 offers two additional iterations of that 4.4-liter V8, one with 600 horsepower and another with 617 horsepower in the competition model. 7. Chevrolet Corvette. America's sports car wasn't actually offered with a V8 engine when it first appeared in 1953. A 4.3-liter, 265 cubic inch V8 didn't arrive until 1955, but it was so popular the Corvette was never offered with any other engine again. Heck, the first-generation car didn't even have an independent rear suspension. That wouldn't come until the second-generation car arrived in 1963. The formula stayed the same for decades until 2019, when the front-engine sports car morphed into a mid-engine budget supercar. Today, the Corvette is only offered with one V8, a 6.2-liter engine making up to 495 horsepower, but we know more V8 engines are in development for upcoming high-performance models such as the Z06. Even so, today's base V8 will launch the Corvette to 60 miles per hour in 2.8 seconds, so there's not much point in waiting. 8. Ford Mustang. The original pony car, the Ford Mustang, has been selling V8 coupes since day one. Whether it's the 302, the 351, the 427, or the 5.0, the V8 engine is as much a part of the Mustang's essence as its name, its design, and the pony on the nose. Although the standard model comes with a turbocharged 4-cylinder these days, there are still more V8 options than not. The Mustang GT is your entry point with a 460 HP 5.0-liter V8, which can jump to 480 horsepower in the Mach 1. If you really want to swing for the fences, though, you need the 760 HP supercharged 5.2-liter GT 500. Mercedes C-Class. The three-pointed star's answer to the BMW 3 Series. The C-Class has traditionally leaned more on luxury than performance, but that's changed in recent years. If you want V8 performance specifically, you'd better move quick. The next generation C-Class is right around the corner and won't offer an 8-cylinder engine. Act now, and you can still get an AMG C63 or AMG C63S, each with a twin-turbo 4.0-liter V8. The basic AMG C63 gets you 479 horsepower, and the hardcore AMG C63S delivers 503 horsepower. 10. BMW 8 Series. The BMW 8 Series replaced the long-running 6 Series a few years back. Available as a coupe or 4-door Grand Coupe, it follows a similar powertrain strategy as the smaller 5 Series by offering two V-8s, one in the sporty M850i and one in the high-performance M8. The M850i rocks a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 with 523 horsepower, while the full-boat M8 packs 600 horsepower in standard form and 617 horsepower in the competition model. 11. Chevrolet Camaro. Chevrolet's answer to the Ford Mustang may have disappeared for a few years in the early 2000s, but it's always been dedicated to the V8 engine. The small-block Chevy V8 has been a part of the Camaro every step of the way, from the 327 to the omnipresent 350 to today's 6.2-liter. These days, Chevy offers as many non-V8 engines in the Camaro as it does V-8s, but skip past the turbocharged 4-cylinder and naturally aspirated V6 and plant yourself in a V8 Camaro SS with 455 horsepower and a classic all-American soundtrack. Or go crazy and get yourself the 650 HP supercharged Camaro 1 Zelati. 12. Genesis G90. Genesis is a young brand, and the G90 is one of its founding models, descended from the Hyundai Equus luxury sedan that preceded the existence of Genesis. It's one of only 2 luxury sedans left offering a naturally aspirated V8, a rare breed these days as everything gets turbocharged and supercharged. This 5.0-liter engine is good for 420 horsepower, and if you want one, get it now. Word on the street is a new G90 is coming soon and the V8 won't be coming with it. 13. Dodge Challenger. The Dodge Challenger nameplate is nearly as old as those of the Mustang and Camaro, but it's always taken a different tack. A bit bigger, it's long been more of a straight-line bruiser and long-distance cruiser and less of a sports car than the other two. That's still the case today, as the modern Challenger offers far more passenger room and trunk space than its two rivals, but no less performance. Skip over the base V6, and you have a choice of 3 V-8s, starting with a 375 HP 5.7-liter unit. For a bit more heat, the 6.4-liter 392 V8 is the sweet spot in the lineup with 485 horsepower. But really, as soon as we said Challenger, you thought Hellcat. The supercharged 6.2-liter V8 makes 707 horsepower out of the gate and a ludicrous 797 horsepower in red-eye tune. 14. Jaguar F-Type. The spiritual successor to the iconic E-Type, the Jaguar F-Type is an homage to classic motoring. It started life as a V8 car, and although it's offered a supercharged V6 and turbocharged 4-cylinder over the years, for 2022, it's back to basics. Not only is the supercharged V8 the only engine option now, but for the first time in years, it's available in two different power levels. The base 5.0-liter supercharged motor offers 444 horsepower, or you can go big with the F-Type R's 575 HP engine. Lexus IS. Just when so many other automakers are dropping V-8s, Lexus is bringing one back. Not just that, but it's a naturally aspirated V8, not a turbocharged or supercharged one. The IS sedan hasn't had a V8 in nearly a decade, but it's returning now in the sporty IS 500. It's not the hardcore as F of yesteryear, but it does build on the IS 350F Sport model, which is sportier than the IS in its standard trim. This V8 you may recognize from the RCF Luxury Sport Coupe. It's a 5.0-liter engine that makes 472 horsepower and sounds wonderful. 16. BMW 7 Series. BMW's answer to the Mercedes S-Class is a solid luxury sedan, but it's fallen behind the Merc in recent years. Regardless of how luxurious it is or how sporty it is, it makes this list for continuing to offer not one but two V8 engine options. The 750i model comes with a 523 HP version of BMW's 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, while the rare and pricey Alpina B7 cranks that motor up to 600 horsepower. Dodge Charger. If you want big V8 power and room for the whole family for the least amount of money, then you want a Dodge Charger. Available with 3 different V8 engines, you can have as much horsepower and noise as your wallet will allow. One step up from the base V6 is a 5.7-liter Hemi V8 with 370 horsepower. Right above that is the sweet spot in the Charger lineup, the 6.4-liter 392 V8 with 485 horsepower. If you really want to make noise and tire smoke, though, you need the supercharged 6.2-liter Hellcat engine in either its standard 707 HP tune or its full crazy 797 HP red-eye tune. 18. Chrysler 300. Want a little more panache with your V8 power for not much more money? The Chrysler 300 offers a V8 engine along with a bit more style, a bit more space, and more of a boulevard cruiser attitude than the wild and wicked Dodge Charger. The 300S model is available with a 5.7-liter V8 good for 363 horsepower. 19. Lexus RC, where competitors have switched to downsized turbocharged V-8s or even turbocharged V-6s, Lexus is staying the course with a naturally aspirated 5.0-liter V8. If you want it in the RC luxury sport coupe, you'll have to dig deep for the high-performance RCF model. Along with a fantastic soundtrack, you'll get 472 horsepower to go with all the other racy bits. Maserati Quattroporte. Ferrari doesn't do sedans, but it does build engines for another storied Italian automaker that does. Maserati makes a pair of sedans, and the larger, more luxurious one can be had with a V8. The Quattroporte Trofeo model dumps the standard turbocharged V6 in favor of a 3.8-liter twin-turbo V8 with 580 horsepower. Porsche Panamera. If Porsche is going to do a sedan, it's going to do it right. True, the first Panamera was ungainly in the rear end, but it drove like a Porsche and made lots of power. These days, the Panamera's got its rear end figured out, and its performance and handling have only increased. Plus, there's now a wagon body style. Porsche offers 4 different powertrains in the Panamera, each a variant of a twin-turbo V6 or twin-turbo V8. We're interested in the latter, a 4.0-liter unit good for either 473 horsepower or 620 horsepower on its own and 689 horsepower when connected to a performance-oriented hybrid system.